my essays or anything. But cool. Do you have your hydrocore bag handy?
Yeah.
You don't necessarily leave those. Whether you want to leave them on or off, it's up to you. I was thinking, I want you to try it. I know where I am. I'm not gonna grab mine, but we'll do the traveling beast, the forward and back traveling beast. I want you to rest the hydrocore bag on your mid back as you're moving forward and back, and that should really help you. That should really help you figure out your balance and stuff, right? Because the hydrocore bag should stay static on your back as you're moving.
Okay.
You could also use a smaller weight or a book or something or glass, but I figured the hydrocore bag is probably a lot easiest. I'll grab mine. It'll be easier. All right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. We'll take 4 steps forward, 4 steps back, and we'll do that for a few rounds. So 3, 2, 1, set beast. And we'll go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go back one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax. How was that?
Felt all right. My knee's been kind of giving me some trouble this week.
I noticed that your knees were like way too high there.
Yeah, this one here has been giving me some trouble, so trying to throw some tape on her.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good way to putting a weight on your back. Is it's not about the weight. You don't need to go heavy or anything, but it's more about the balance, right? Because I noticed I saw you tilting to the side and I saw the bag wobbling and stuff. The key is to be flat and neutral as you're traveling so the bag doesn't move and you don't hear the water. There were a couple times that I jolted as I was moving and I heard one end of the water give a little bit of a shake. I'm like, oh. But in terms of the balance, the coordination, and just keeping your form, that's a good way to test yourself, right? And how fluid you are in your movements.
That's what I was trying to keep it quiet, not slam down on the mat, not have it sloshing around. So I think that's helpful. It's a good signal.
it's definitely a good challenge to see where you are. And it's because it can, unless you're recording yourself, it can be hard to see your progress. That's one like simpler way that you could check your progress on that, at least your balance. We'll do the traveling crab next. I don't think there's any way that we can really put the bag on us for that, so we'll just do it without the bag. And same thing, we'll do 3 rounds. We'll just go forward 4 times, back 4 times. What all do you remember from the traveling crab? It's been a while.
I'm trying to remember which, everything comes down at the same time, right? I'm not trying to, I think it's like, is it wrist backwards? You want your palm to come down first, and forwards, you want your fingers to come down first. Is that right?
Yeah. And then when you're going forward, your heel touches down first. When you're coming backwards, your toes touch down first.
Okay.
Your base arm stays straight and locked out. Your traveling arm can bend.
Okay.
And we'll set crab. And we'll go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I was gonna say try shortening you look kind of scrunched. Try stretching out just a little bit more for more of an M shape, and shorten your strides. Did that make a difference?
Yeah, that one's just very challenging.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. And relax. Yeah, that one's a tough one. Well, we'll do the ape reaches next. We'll just do some of those. So we'll set our deep ape, which is just basically our best deep squat. Back straight. Try not to hunch. But for the ape reach, what we're gonna do is we're gonna scrunch ourselves forward, press the back of our palms together, keep them roughly 1 inch from the ground, curl in. You should feel a nice stretch through your outer hips and your shoulders. And then when we open, we're coming onto our toes. We're keeping our back straight, thumbs pointed back, like we're gonna poke somebody, but we wanna keep our arms parallel with our shoulders. And just really open up the hips. And then when we go back to the reach, our heels will come down and we'll stretch back forward. And we'll just go back and forth a few times. Feel that through the inside of your thighs and the back of your thighs to help you open up.
That's incredible how you can get in that low squat, man. Oh.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I got no advice from that. It's just really a matter of conditioning your body to get used to it. You want to make sure that your palms are pointed outward the back of your hands are together and you really want to squeeze the back of your hands together. Yeah. And then open. So come up onto your tiptoes, stretch back. Yeah. Reach. Yeah. Cool. And we'll just do that a few times. You can go at your own pace. No, 3, 2, 1. Be good. Just hold it for like a 3 count or something, each end range. And relax. How's that?
Felt every bit of it.
What's in our flow? So
That's awesome. I felt it felt better than it has before. We've done that one in the past. It's been a while, but that was a struggle before. Felt better this time.
yeah, that's a good sign of progress.
Yeah.
Easier and you're getting deeper.
My hips are starting to open up a little bit.
Yeah, perfect. We'll do the scorpion stretches next. We're gonna do the we're gonna regress it all the way down to the bare bones minimal. So our arms are gonna be roughly shoulder width apart. We want to be roughly in line with our wrists, neutral back. And just what we're gonna do is, so if I'm working my right leg, we'll pull our left leg closer to our center line. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna lift out back. We're gonna we're gonna get our shin as high to the sky as we can. Open, really get into that stretch. And then we're just gonna come down, reverse, and then do it again. I will just go like that. We'll just do like say 4 times, 4 or 5 reps each leg. And that'll be a good way of just kind of slowly working it today.
Good.
So yeah, just flatten your back out. Yeah, good enough. Now we'll go with our right leg. So right leg, scorpion, stretch. Yeah, find that peak position. Really focusing on opening up the front of your hip. And return. Relax. Yeah, just try to keep your toes pointed if you can. Toes pointed. Yeah. And again, right side. And come back down. And again. Come back down. And again. Come back down, and we'll move on to our same thing. We'll do our left leg. So move your right leg closer to your center line and open. And return. Ooh, that hip's a lot tighter. That's not nice. And stretch. And return. And stretch. We'll do 2 more of this. And return. Try and keep your flat back, your back flat. You're kind of hunching. You're hunching as you're stretching. You really want to traction that stuff out. And again. And back down. And last one. And come back down and relax. So what I see you doing there, you're rounding as you're coming up. So I think what you're doing is you're pushing away from your shoulders and you're really rounding and hunching into yourself. You want to keep your shoulders neutral and aligned. And you're really just moving your leg and your hips, not scrunching in to push yourself. And you should really feel that a lot more on the front of your hips without burning out your shoulders when we're just getting started. We'll do the crab reach next. So all we're gonna do is come up, find our best 3-point bridge, and then just come back down. And we'll do that for 5 rounds and really work our shoulders with our hips around. So set crab and breach. And come back down. And again. And come back down. And again. Come back down. And last one. Oh. We'll hold it a little bit longer. 5, 4, really reach, push your hips up. 3, 2, 1, and relax. How's that?
Good. Something I have to work on.
It's very uncomfortable on the front of your shoulders, but it does feel really good after a while.
Yeah, I just can't seem to get my hips up very high.
As we work on the other stuff, like you're already improving. You'll just keep improving as you work through a lot of that stuff. Where are we for time? Cool. So let's start building the flow. We'll just do everything in isolation. We're going to take our time building the flow. We won't get into it this week or next week. We'll just spend like the next couple sessions working on the movements in isolation. And then closer to the end of the month, maybe the last 2 weeks of the month, because it's a very short flow. Near the end of the month, we'll focus on stringing it together. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Cool. I know they suggest to spend 8 weeks working on a flow and work off in 8 weeks. I think for a lot of the smaller flows and stuff, it's a little bit too much. So, the first one would be our crab reach. We'll set crab. And remember, so for the crab reach, you want to be looking for your hand. Come up as high as you can. You can let your shoulder rotate, but just stop as soon as you hit your peak. And then as you loosen up to be able to do the full crab reach, we'll work on that. But for now, just go as high as you can. Then I'm gonna do the full thing. But just go wherever you need to go for your body. So we'll go left arm crab reach. And return to crab. Right arm crab reach. Return to crab. Left arm crab reach. Return to crab. That feels really good on my scapula. Right arm crab reach. Return to crab. Left arm crab reach. We'll do one more each side. Return to crab. Last one. Right arm crab reach. And return to crab. And relax. How's that?
Good. I feel I can see improvement in my bridges and my crab reach.
Yeah.
Even not doing it every day, but getting into it once a week, I can see gradual improvement.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. We'll do some under switches next. And we'll do 4 of them aside again. Set crab. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. And left leg under switch. And relax. Looks like you did it right. If you did it right, we should be exactly where we started initially.
I think I am.
Yeah. That's how you know you're on the right track with those.
Yeah. That last flow really helped with those under switches. That's awesome.
There's a lot in this video. Few of them. I don't remember it off the top of my head. This is why I need to dedicate more time to practicing my stuff, because if I only work on the flow once or twice a week, once it gets to class, I've only done it twice, so it's hard to remember exactly what I'm doing. I think it was set crab, right arm crab reach, return to crab, left leg under switch. Yeah, I don't remember. I'd have to look at the write-up on what it is. That was a jumping under switch to something, and then we got into the 8th stretch, and then another under switch into the wave unload, and then the scorpion reach, and that. There's only like 4 or 5 moves in this flow. We'll do some of those ape reaches again. Set deep ape reach. Open. Oh. I totally just fell on my face there.
Darn it. Missed it. I'm gonna go rewatch the video later.
Yeah. Nope. And reach. The hardest part for me on this one, open, is my balance. I've been really off balance lately. And reach. And open. And reach. And open. And reach. And relax. Really hitting those hips today. You're going to be feeling nice and loose for the rest of the day.
That's great, man. I got a lot of packing to do. I got some work to do. Heading up north, gonna be spending 3 hours in the truck.
Oh, yeah, you should be nice and loose for that.
It's Mother's Day weekend, so we're gonna go up north and camp out for the weekend.
Yeah. Nice.
Eat some,
Yes.
eat some fresh fish, spend some time out in nature, recharge. My happy place.
Yeah. Sweet. We'll do some reaching under switches next. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to set our deep ape. For the reaching under switch, all I'm going to have you do right now is we'll set our deep ape. And when I say, if I were to say right leg reaching under switch, all we're going to do is we're going to come up and we're going to find 90 degrees with our arms. And then we're going to come back down. And we're just going to go up, back and forth a couple of times. So the reaching under switch is we're in our deep ape. We come up. We're our arm. So if I were to call a right leg reaching under switch, my right arm is going to come across my body, roughly find 90 degrees. My left arm is going to be behind me for balance. Find your 90 degrees, land lightly, and then we'll do the under switch under. Okay. I'll demonstrate it to the other side. So if I were to do a left leg reaching under switch, I'm going to come up, find my 90, and come through. For now, we're just going to practice rocking and finding our 90 degrees. And then we'll do the hand placement and then we'll roll through. So we'll do 3 times per side. So set deep ape. No, you don't need to do the reach. Just find your best deep spot.
Okay.
So we'll go right
It
leg.
actually helps me balance.
What's that?
I said it helps me balance reaching out, to be honest.
It does, yeah. Absolutely. So we'll go right leg reaching under switch. Keep your arm at 90, like straight out, not behind you. Your left arm. No, your left arm out to the side, Tim. Out to the side. Yeah. Yeah. Just like you were going to clothesline somebody.
Gotcha.
And come back down. And left leg reaching under switch. And come back down. And right leg reaching under switch. Come back down. And left leg reaching under switch. and come back down and relax.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, so instead of reaching and trying to keep your hands together on that one, you can just keep your hands out straight like you're doing an air squat. Try and keep your back aligned instead of punching in to get the back of your hands together. Try and keep your straight. How was that?
My hips are on fire.
Me too. Right on the inside of my thighs, I'm like my groin is burning.
That deep squat is a position that I don't do very much at all. So
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised about that because there's a lot of squats in all of the On It programs. So that's a lot of opportunity for you to try and open those. Because this doing normal squats, even just air squats on their own, should over time loosen up those areas, right?
yeah, I struggle with that deep squat, even like the chair position in some of the yoga programs, or it's the other one. Gosh, like the fire log, I think it is. My hips are just tight. I have a really hard time getting my legs on one another.
That one, yeah.
You know, it's like this is actually probably 25% improvement over where I was last year, but I mean, it was like this before.
Yeah.
And then this is how you start that cool down, right? You get it, move into some twists, different things. And I walk away from that like feeling like a freaking bear pretzel.
Yeah. I know that feeling. One thing that you can focus on without giving yourself extra work is when you're doing squats, again, slow down on your squats and focus on the end ranges. So when you come down, don't move into pain, but as it gets uncomfortable, find the discomfort that you're okay with. Stop there, and instead of just shooting yourself back up with like using the counter momentum, stop, hold, 1, 2, 3, come back up, 1, 2, 3, come down, 1, 2, 3, and just give yourself those little pauses at the end range. That'll help open things up a little bit faster. Because I think you're a lot like me, and I have to catch myself all the time. When I'm doing squats, I just want to bang.
Yep.
It's not doing anything for my hips. All that's doing is muscular endurance, but it's not even really hitting endurance because you're just trying to bang it out.
Yeah.
To do, right? So if we focus on, okay, this is as far as I can reasonably go, cool. 1, 2, 3, come back up, come back down. You're gonna feel the burn a lot more. It's gonna kill you a lot more, but you'll progress a lot faster.
Awesome. I'll keep that in the back of my mind when I go through this next week and a half, or next 6 days.
Because I do the same thing even with animal flow. I try and go through stuff super quick, and I need to stop myself because if I need to stop myself as well and remind myself of the checkpoints that I coach you on. Otherwise, I'll forget about those checkpoints and I'll just roll through ranges of motion without doing anything for my body. Right?
That makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like those switch squats. You know, I'm thinking about that mace and pulling that thing apart and getting out of that position to the next side as quick as I can. I don't think about my end range and the squat aspect of it.
Yeah. So that will really, since you're so committed to the On It programs, really on every single move, stopping like 3 seconds at all of the end ranges, you're going to progress a lot faster. like even for me, I remember like last year, John and I always had those talks about how I was trying too hard and going too fast and rah, rah, rah. And I was always beating myself up because I wasn't seeing the progress. And the more John's words sunk in, the more I slowed down, the more I focused on the end ranges, I started seeing a lot more progress a lot quicker. And it was just really a matter of taking that time to slow down.
I'm really looking forward to doing this animal flow on demand for 2 weeks. You know, doing that trial and then just trying to knock something out every day with it. I'm excited to see how I feel after that.
It is a lot faster. Like you and I will stop and sit and chat for like 5 minutes and take unnecessarily long breaks. In the on-demand platform, it's like, okay, the mic will demonstrate it once per side, and then you're in. Then it's jump in and go. And once you bang out your reps or the timer's out, okay, here's the next thing. Demonstrate it once per side. We're back in. And you don't get these small little chat breaks or nothing. It's just boop, 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 for the whole hour. And I know for probably the first month or so of trying to keep up to Mike or the other master instructors in the class, there were a lot of times like I wasn't able to keep up at first with the speed of the class. So I was regressing myself to having my knees on the ground the last half of the class, which is okay. And then eventually I got to where I am.
Yeah, we all start somewhere, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I'm going to start wherever I'm at, which I think is like maybe like half of a hair above like extra beginner. And then I'll, you know, kind of see where I come out. But it's all about improving and doing something different and, you know, trying to open my body up a little bit and learn more about myself. So that's the key, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're getting there. Like I have no complaints about your progress. That you're making progress. It's just not as fast as you want to see it. And to have it happen as fast as you want to see it, it really is just a matter of slowing down to focus on the end ranges and staying consistent. And then your progress will multiply pretty quick. So do you want to try the reaching under switch?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll show you once per side. Oh, you can relax. Do it once per side so you can see it, and then we'll do it together. So we'll set deep eight. I like to just rest my shoulders. I just like to casually rest my arms on my knees, because that I find for myself, anyways, that helps me keep my back straight. If I start trying to get my hands together, I start crunching, and that's not good for your back. So I just like to passively rest my arms. And then so if I were to say a left leg reaching under switch, we'll come up, we'll find our 90, take a quick pause, we'll reach across our body to that 90, and then we'll rotate under. So if I were to do a right leg reaching under switch, come up, find my 90, softly plant my hand, and then just rotate under. You want to give that a shot? So we'll go right leg reaching under switch. Yeah. Set your deep ape. And left leg reaching under switch. Yeah, that one was a little bit more challenging. Relax. That one was a little bit more challenging for you on the left side, hey?
Yeah, I don't know why. I get, that I'll get that hand placement down, but I was just thinking about, as I'm reaching, how much space do I need to come through? So,
For that, you don't need to overthink it. Just focus on keeping your back straight. Back straight, arm fully forward. You can literally just gently rock forward. So, you know how on the scorpion stretch or the full scorpion, we hit our peak position and then we gently let gravity pull our leg to the ground.
yep.
Same thing, except our upper body. So reach and just let gravity pull you to the ground. And you should still have enough room to pull your leg through. As long as you're keeping your arm fully outstretched and your back straight. Yeah, awesome. And it'll just get more fluent as you practice. Yeah. Is that easier?
Yeah.
It'll take a while because your brain thinks you're gonna fall over and hurt yourself. It'll take a minute to train your brain out of that for your brain to realize that you're gonna be okay. So set deep eight. We'll go left leg reaching under switch. Return to a deep eight. Right leg reaching under switch. And set deep eight. And left leg reaching under switch. And set deep eight. And right leg reaching under switch. And set deep eight. Last rep. Left leg reaching under switch. And relax. Making me dizzy. Ooh, this feels really good. I'll show you how tight I am. My back, I can't even get my legs straight. If I try, I need to keep my knees like this bent if I want to keep my back aligned. And it's still not even aligned. I can't, getting better. Last year, I was way like this. I couldn't do this without being super hunched in. I've made a bit of progress. Still got a way to go myself. I can feel pinching all through my lower back in that position. Like, not good.
You've made some amazing progress this year, man.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's been awesome to watch.
Yeah. We've both been making huge progress.
That's true. That is true, man. Consistency.
Mm-hmm. That's really all I got. We got 5 minutes left.
I could use the 5 minutes to get prepped for my Friday. So
that works. I was going to say we could just do some wrist mobilizations, but doing those after class, even if you just, you got the even in the 2 minutes while you're waiting for your coffee to brew, if you just do some waves or something. I try not to, I just go off of the honor system with the with the wrist mobilizations after class, usually because I run the clock down. And I've never seen an instructor actually do it. I've seen them, they all just kind of, you should do it after class and just trust everybody to do it. We'll do the press, yeah. Yeah, like even sitting like this, my back is so rounded out, like it hurts to get straight. This position though, I feel it more in my mid back, my lower back after a while. It feels like nervy pinching. Cool, we'll call it a day.
Awesome, man. Hey, thank you. Heck yeah, you too, man. So I'll catch up with you when we're back in the land of service next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy your time with your family. I know you'll be sharing your pictures all weekend.
Well, when I get back, I will when I get service, hopefully. But yeah, I'll share as I can. You know,
Sweet, man.
like throwing stuff out there. It's like my photo album too. I can go back and look at stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Cool, right, bro. Have a great Friday, man.
Yeah, we'll chat soon. Cheers.